Welcome to Clever Orbits, your favorite Star Trek podcast. In fact, the best on the internet. Making some bold claims here for fun. You have Louis Brandmeier on the line, as well also
Tyler Brandmeier. I'm related to him.
And
Richard Futrell.
Thank you, Richard Futrell.
Oh, perfect.
There are only three of us. How do you guys have so much trouble letting us know that you're there?
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was pulling up my notes.
Conversational ease.
In social psychology, there's this diffusion of responsibility thing where everybody else thinks the other person's going to take care of something, and so nobody goes. And but three people, only three people.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get. I'm sorry for not being fully present there.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong. I was just using it for comedic effect. So, all right, we watched an episode from Star Trek: The Next Generation, season 5, called. And Richard, what happened in this lovely, amazing episode?
I thought Tyler was going to be narrating it.
Oh.
I could try.
Misdirect.
Yeah, misdirect. All right. Well, was that a misdirection? Let's do it. Anyway.
I think we need to work on our logistics for next time.
Yeah.
We all seem pretty scattered right now. Pretty profoundly scattered.
Yeah, that's okay. We can edit all that. We can edit all the scatter out.
Richard, I'm the one that does the editing. I do not want to edit all of this.
Okay.
It's actually, editing's really easy. You just use, I think it's called Audacity.
Yeah, have you been doing it? I could help with that.
Yeah. So I can point you towards the program that I've been using. All right, let's start over.
Yeah.
We watched Conundrum. Who would like to do the summary?
I guess it's up to me. Oh.
Well, thanks for both of you taking responsibility real quick. That was awesome. On with the podcast.
So you or me?
No, not again.
We agreed on you earlier.
So,
Me?
Conundrum, guys. Conundrum. TNG episode. Starts off fairly innocuously. All of the characters are settling into their roles, helping people the way they do. Like Dr. Crusher, Captain Picard, they encounter this vessel. And this vessel ends up hitting them with some kind of beam, or a scan, a very intense scan that ends up wiping all of their memories and leaves them with the ability to function like every bit of knowledge about their skills they still have and do and can work around the ship and know what they're supposed to do, but they don't have any memory of who they are or what their relationship to everyone else on board is. And from there, they're sort of gradually led to believe that they're in some kind of big war with a race of aliens called the Lyceans. And from there, you slowly but surely figure out that one of the crew members isn't exactly a part of the Enterprise crew, but he's a member of a faction that's warring with the Lyceans in reality. Like, not this fake setup that supposedly exists in the memory banks using antiquated but apparently advanced technology. More on that later. So then, after all is said and done, the saboteur is found out, and Picard is regrettable about his actions while amnesic. And everyone else is too. Also, there's a subplot involving Riker and Ro, and how, if they lost their memories, they might relate to each other differently. A lot differently. So, I think that about covers it. Anything else?
I think one of the really, there were some explosions. I think one of the sort of fun aspects of this episode is this character, Kieran McDuff, who is like, he shows up on the Enterprise after they've all lost their memories, and he's the Lysian agent who's there to sort of trick them into...
First of all, let's talk about that. Kieran McDuff. What a name.
Yeah, I was wondering if, Macduff is the guy who kills Macbeth in Macbeth, so I was wondering if maybe Patrick Stewart had previously played Macbeth and there was some kind of something going on here, but I couldn't determine if that was the case.
Wow.
So
it's very subtle. I don't think it was intentional.
No. Well, I guess Macbeth kind of seems like he might be a disloyal character based on the name, but anyway, he shows up. He's the Lysian agent who's there on the ship after they've lost their memories in order to push them to fight this war against the whatever guys that the Lysians are fighting against. And what's pretty cool is the way he appears, and then the episode tricks you. The first time you see him, he's just on the bridge looking around confused after they all lose their memories, and you think, oh, it's just some bridge crew guy, right? And then you look more closely and you realize, oh, he's got 3 pips on his thing, so he's a commander. That's kind of weird. And, then he starts, taking command and talking to people, and you still think, oh, it's plausible, he's just some red shirt. But then when they get access to the crew manifest, which they previously didn't have before, it lists him as second in command on the ship. And now you really realize this is this sinister person who sort of sneaks into the episode and sneaks into your mind in a nice, subtle way. So I think the whole, Macduff build-up, the way they sneak him in from the background is one of the coolest parts of this episode.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. He was always supposed to be there, but maybe not.
Yeah.
I wonder who this guy is. And then, props to the actor. Yeah.
Yeah, what's also funny is that his acting is sort of not so good. When he's looking around confused, he's not really very convincing. But that's true. He is actually just a bad actor. he's playing someone who's just playing something.
Meta acting. Isn't it great?
Well, I don't think it's meta acting as much as just simply bad acting.
Could be, but it works.
Bad actor within a bad actor.
He doesn't really have to be a good actor either, though, because, everybody's got amnesia, so they're paying attention to their own confusion and not him.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of an interesting plan, to have, because clearly what happened in the very beginning was that beam read, unless this was planned out beforehand, which maybe it was, but that beam, why would they need all that information from the computer if they weren't learning about these people for the first time? So maybe they sent out this ship to look for someone who they could dupe into fighting their war for them. And then that beamed him onto the ship after replicating some changing his appearance, inducing amnesia in everybody, which also seems like a really complicated plan to take over a ship. We're gonna induce amnesia in the people who are necessary to make the ship function, and then we're gonna take over that ship, and then we're gonna tenuously convince them that they need to do these things for us.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's an odd plan, and it's also surprising that they have the technology to do the things they do, especially affecting data.
Yeah, that happened at the same time as the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of really cool moments in this episode, too. There's a lot of really cool things about it. The scene in the beginning where Picard, they encounter the Lysian or whatever ship for the first time, and the ship, he tries to, I'm almost quoting the other podcast here, but he tries to be diplomatic, and then the ship gears up to fire at them, and Picard, he shrugs. He was just
he shrugs and he's like, all right, let's kill him.
5 years ago, shields up.
He didn't say kill. He said put the shields up, which is different, very different.
With a very obvious gesture with his hands in the air like he just doesn't care anymore. So
that part was cool. Point, I liked seeing Data as a bartender career in bartending.
That was good.
I think Worf in Command was cool. I think Ro being flirtatious was kind of hot. She's actually really hot. The whole thing with Riker, that was funny.
Was this written by Jonathan Frakes?
Was this what? Written by him?
Was this? I know it wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
It kind of seems like it was. Riker's really, you got to watch out around Riker. You might get Reich.
Yeah. Riker is a verb, meaning to defile alien women.
He's like Kirk. I mean, like,
yeah.
Picard couldn't be Kirk in this series, so somebody else had to be Kirk. Yeah.
That's right. So that's Jonathan Frakes. Yep.
Let's see. Picard's little contemplative window looked a bit different this time than it does later. His window out of his ready room. In Doctor, we see it, and we see the stars moving away from it, actually, at a very particular angle. And here we don't see the stars. It looks a little different. I mean, that's kind of a nitpick. That's as much a nitpick as, like, the thing with the opening sequence. But it is something interesting.
I like how the Lithians apparently just accepted Picard's lame-o excuse for having shot all their people. Like, some aliens told us. Yeah, like, some aliens like brainwashed us, right?
Well, they had a body. They had a body.
It's so contemplative and so, like, assigns meaning, actual meaning, as if, like, every action is a consequence. They really do gloss over that. Blithely. I don't get it. Like, Lyceans just go back, oh, yeah, you're sorry. Okay. My wife and son are gone, so I guess I'll just move on now that you're sorry.
I think there should have been some more, like, repercussions for Picard as a character afterwards than there were. I think it's a stretch to, like, think that I think diplomatically speaking, the Lycians were just happy that they didn't get blown to hell. I mean,
and, like, they just, when they find out that it was this Federation that has the ability to destroy them with a single proton torpedo. Is it photon or proton?
Proton torpedo.
Proton torpedo.
Then,
the Death Star.
Yeah, wrong Otan. But anyway, when the Lithians find out that this big entity that could have just killed them is like, oh, yeah, well, we were just brainwashed. They're not going to be like, no. They're not going to be antagonizing him now.
How could they? Technology is far below them.
Exactly.
They only get to shrug and move on.
Yeah. What else? So this was a decent episode. I liked it overall. I felt like it used to be more of a favorite than it is now.
Yeah,
I've seen it twice in a week, so don't really want to see it again. But maybe we should have done Chain of Command.
No, I think this is a good like example of like just the bread and butter of Next Generation. It's like not an outstanding episode, but it's fun and it's interesting and it's like something you can tune into in the evening and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a great assessment.
It's like something happens. It's like a little mystery. You get some character action. It's fun.
I agree. Yeah. For all the nitpicks, it was a pretty cool episode of TNG. I like the idea that that type of warfare was being utilized. What with any of the plot holes, nitpicks, whatever. I kind of like that was a strategy.
Yeah, and it's surprising that it's not a more common strategy. Just like, infects the minds of some more powerful race and get them to. I feel like this probably happens in nature with parasites that infect big animals.
Yeah. And the conspiracy from the first season, you think the Romulans would have come up with something like this and used it a long time ago.
Well, didn't they basically do that in The Mind's Eye with Geordi? They reprogrammed his brain. Like they changed his memories they didn't change.
True.
They didn't give him amnesia, but they took away they did take away some memories. They actually did take away some memories, and then they
new ones,
altered, some things. So did anybody look up the meaning of the word conundrum? I think that'd be really interesting. I thought the title was really good. I mean, it's a great title.
It's, like a sort of unsolvable mystery that you're trapped in, right?
A confusing and difficult problem or question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, a question
in
asked for amusement, typically with a pun in its answer. A riddle.
This episode.
Clearly that second definition applies here.
In 7th grade, we learned this as a vocabulary word, and the little story the teacher gave us so we'd all remember was, imagine someone playing a drum with a cone. It's like a cone and drum. It's really scary. It's a conundrum.
Oh,
so
wow.
Unfortunately, this word is pretty much poison for me because I think of a stupid image from 7th grade every time I hear it.
Oh, man. That's great.
Cone and drum.
Let's see. I've also got they're really pushing in this idea that Troy has some kind of magical intuition that, like, someone like Data couldn't have. Like,
I
didn't
buy that. That was stupid.
Of course, she does have this empathic sense that she is an alien, has a sense that other people don't have.
It shouldn't allow her to win at chess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the wrong sort of category. And I think underlying it, there's this sort of sense that, like, I don't know, women have this sort of magical empathic ability or something. That,
it was clear that whoever
as the
wrote
very
that
autistic
scene,
man doesn't have.
Yeah, whoever wrote that scene,
Wow.
They were trying to convey an idea, but it wasn't conveyed very well. Like, it wasn't. I mean, there's a sense in which the intuition is helpful, but it can't be helpful in that way.
Yeah.
Just not.
I don't see any circumstance under which Troy beats Data in chess.
Right.
Ever.
Maybe not Data. I could see her beating another, like, a very smart human who might have their intuition, be clouded by emotion, so that they miss a certain move or something. But Data is just optimizing the games. You can't beat that, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was the wrong character on the receiving end of that.
It's fine. Yeah, it was like, it's like the writers were looking for a scene that basically said Troy has mystical knowledge Data doesn't have, and they sort of flubbed the actual content. But I got the message.
Yeah. We understand what they were saying, even though they didn't say it very well.
Yeah, we get it, show. All right, good. But Data, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I think.
Also like. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I like at the end when Riker goes to apologize to Rolaren and Troy about how he was, flirting with both of them and jerking him around. And, Rolaren says, Deanna said that what would happen in this kind of circumstance is that you would do the things you always wanted to do anyway. And Riker's all flustered. And then Deanna says, it's psychologically valid. That was, she didn't say that in a way that I found very convincing.
Well, I think that was the idea. Maybe she was a little...
Yeah, they were messing with him because they realized that he was, hot on both of them, and that's what he was kind of trying to be a player, or not even trying. Like, it's just naturally where he went. Yeah,
because Riker gonna Rike.
Exactly.
Yeah, Richard, you created something.
In the episode The Game, the Riker's also kind of dodgy when he's pushing the game on people.
Yeah, well, that was because of the game, though.
Yeah, but, I think the game found a very good vector in Riker.
No, that's true.
Anyway, we're not talking about that episode, nor do I think we should.
Me neither.
Yeah, who else liked the space station?
Oh, it was cool.
I thought it was weird.
Yeah, part of me thought that. Yeah. I'm like, that
kind of like, why is it there? What's going on with it? Yeah.
Even in space.
Seems like you could have a lot of different structural configurations for stuff in space.
Very true.
And yet when they encounter other stations and ships, they're always both facing the same way up. It's never like one ship's there and the Enterprise is there sideways or upside down or something.
Right.
Yeah, true. It's always it's two-dimensional. It feels like, or fairly.
It's almost like they're on an ocean.
Oh yeah. I guess it's that most of the things are designed. I mean, like even the Enterprise. This is actually a really interesting question. Even the Enterprise D, Enterprise E, Voyager, etc. They're designed with like aerodynamics in mind, when in fact that's a completely irrelevant consideration in space. Like,
are they designed with aerodynamics in mind? I mean, like the saucer and the nacelles, is that aerodynamic?
They glow through air pretty effectively. Or maybe there's a certain structural dynamics to warp fields that we don't know about.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can all hear you.
I believe I've lost you guys.
We can hear you.
We can hear you now.
Lewis, we can hear you.
We can hear you, my friend. Are you there?
We are you.
Oh, my.
I guess it's over.
I thought it was...
That's a pretty good ending for the episode.
Oh, my. Almost as if Kirk just died. Again. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, so guess we just got to decide on the next one.
Or await our fearless leader to come back and provide his third for the vote.
All right.
But
I don't know if he's coming back.
Oh,
he might just be communicating over text. Oh.
Is it Lewis?
It's God.
It is.
Does God need with starship?
What does God need with a chicken sandwich?
That was a pretty good ending for our recording.
Yeah.
Really?
We could hear you. We could both hear you, but you were saying, like, you can't hear us. I mean, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. And we're like, we can hear you. We can hear you. And then it ended.
It ended quite suddenly, like Kirk's death.
It's actually still recording.
Really? There was a ding sound.
Yeah, there was a ding, but there was no longer recording sound.
Oh,
we're still here.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's when I came back on. Yeah. So I guess this is a great place to end.
Should we speak as if that didn't happen and then edit it out later?
I saw it happen. I watched it happen. Don't tell me it didn't happen. It happened.
All right, Nero.
Exactly.
Nero.
That was in fact the greatest line in Star Trek history. What we should do for next week is I already picked it out and then I completely forgot which one. iBorg. Yeah, let's do iBorg.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Hugh. Actually, Hugh.
All right.
Does he have an affair? I think he has an affair. Oh, it's gone.
We've got live air. Live air, people.
All right. We'll do that. Do that for next week.
Awesome. Awesome.
Which one?
Well,
good luck, all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, sorry. I guess the Hugh really took the air out of the room.
Yeah, it really did. I'm barely breathing.
You raised such a hue and cry.
Yeah.
Such a hue.
We hewed out of space.
All right.
Yeah. That hue was quite bold.
Bold. We've got dead air, people.
Now it's dead. All right. So next week we will do iBorg. And
iBorg.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
I guess that's the end.
All right.
That's how it ends.
Goodbye, all.
Welcome to the end.
With a whimper and not a bang or a scream. A whimper.
All right. Signing off. Good luck.
Thank God we've got editors.
Goodbye.
Oh, God.
Thank God we've got editors. Talk to you later, Richard. It's good to... He just hung up on us.
Richard. Yeah. Oh, no. And then there were two.
And then there were two.
The session
there was
still
me,
being recorded.
And there was you. I don't think it's being recorded. All right.
Hello?
Can you hear me, Tyler? You gone?
I'm here. Where are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. So I'm kind of dealing with something. I went over to Emily's house, and, I've been back and forth with this girl for, however many months. I know I could do better, but she also loves me and sex with me. And we went over, literally, I went over to her house to do this course in codependence transformed into co-empowerment that my coach recommended for both of us. And, we had sex. And I gave in. I could have, held, but then it just leaves me feeling like I can't, not that I can't trust myself, but, why try with her? Why try not to? Maybe I'll just keep breaking down and having sex with her. And it does kind of, knock me off kilter, and I notice in my behavior that I could be doing healthier, more empowering, better things with my time, but I just don't choose to. And anyway, I'm not even really sad or upset about it. I'm just kind of it's happened so many times,
I understand. It's hard to change. That's a very comfortable routine. Don't mind the water splashing in the background. That's the fluid leaving my body. I want to continue talking and not sound like
that's the fluid leaving my body.
Something more important to do, peeing, which I don't have anything more important than do right now.
I'm gonna go home and make a salad and watch what do you call it? No, is it on Netflix? It's season 3
not yet. It's but you can find it directly on my Xbox.
Really? You have it on your Xbox? Can you give it to me? Give it to me.
I wish digitally it were that simple.
I don't know if it's still recording or not. It's going to be a funny thing tomorrow.
Yeah, and I just farted, and there's a lot of urinating, so I don't know.
Why I'm fuzzy? I'm actually, except for energetically, which I think it was a down pushing decision, it was a depressing, physiologically, not emotionally, decision to have sex with Emily. I think because I took Mako, which is this supplement that has you really high up for a while. I took that, now I'm off of it, and that's why I'm fuzzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want Thai food, though.
Thai food? Yeah. That sounds delicious.
Let me call the Thai place and order it and then call you right back. Is that okay? Does that work? Can I do that?
That's perfect, man.
All right. I'll be right back, man.
All right. Be back. All right. Be well.
Love you.
Actually, text me and let me know. I'm going to get offline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's only so much of that music I could take, man. It's hard.
Okay. I'll just call you back.
That's perfect. All right. Go refuel.
I will. All right. Talk to you in a bit.
Talk to you soon, bud. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.